they call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the model high school Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're going to take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors have a tough, heavy-duty steel frame, so they can lift fallen trees and everything else thrown our way. And you're tough, too. You maintain roads and mend fences and give your neighbors a hand and still make it to church on Sunday. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough. At Northwest Georgia Media, we're all about capturing the moments that matter to you.
From sports to arts, from concerts to business events, we're equipped to share what's happening in your world, live and in high definition. We leverage cutting-edge technology and a knowledgeable crew to see that your most unforgettable events remain just that, unforgettable. Northwest Georgia Media, where the world is your audience. High school basketball coverage begins now. This broadcast is produced by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ Radio. Coverage is also provided on the Southeast Sports Network. You're watching high school basketball action.
All right, thank you very much, Lynn Butler, back at Command Central at the foot of Mount Alto. What's going on, Ian?
Well, I mean, Mike D, that's a compliment, man. I didn't know you were a Beastie Boy.
Well, there you go, man. M-A-T-T to the D. You come and see me and you pay a fee.
Got it.
Just kidding.
He's ready. We're teed it up.
I was queued up with the Beastie Boys lyric reference there. Anyway, kind of a weird start to the broadcast, but anyway, we welcome you in. We're glad to have you with us inside of Woodard Gymnasium as we get ready to embark on a journey which we hope is going to be a long journey over the next few weeks for the Model Lady Devils as we get ready for the GHSA Class A Division I Girls State Basketball Championship Tournament to begin here tonight out here at Model High School, Ian.
That's right, and this is a community that is accustomed to those deep playoff runs that you said they're hoping for. And you want to get off on the right foot, and they get the opportunity to do that in front of the home crowd here in Shannon.
Absolutely, and of course it's the Model Lady Devils hosting the Bleckley County Lady Royals tonight. And I did a little research ahead of the game to try to find out, are there any other high school programs in the GHSA with the mascot, the Royals? And I couldn't find any. I think this is the only one.
That's very cool. Well, I don't think I've ever called a game against a Royals mascot. Seen the Kansas City Royals a few times.
Well, there you go. So more on that coming up in just a little bit. But we do want to let you know that the Georgia High School Association is a voluntary nonprofit organization composed of over 450 public and private high schools. The GHSA administers regulations for region and state competition in 19 sports, 2 activities. Founded in 1908, the GHSA strives to promote good sportsmanship, participant safety, and fair play among its member schools. For more information, visit ghsa.net. Follow @OfficialGHSA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And the Georgia High School Association would like to thank its corporate partners for their valuable support of high school athletics and activities. Alpha Insurance, Georgia Electric Membership Corporation, Gatorade, Wilson, BSN Sports, Atlanta Hawks, Mizuno, Atlanta Braves, Subway, Sports Medicine South, Atlanta Track Club, NFHS Network, Regions Bank, Max Preps, GoFan, and Georgia Public Broadcasting. Now that housekeeping is out of the way, we'll take our first break. We'll step out for 3 minutes. We'll come back and dive into today's matchup. The Model Lady Devils and the Bleckley County Lady Royals coming up in less than 15 minutes. We're excited to be here with you for it, and we'll be back in 3 minutes.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the model high school Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Folks, we welcome you back in live here to Woodard Gymnasium, where we're getting ready for the Model Lady Devils to take on the Bleckley County Lady Royals coming up here in less than 10 minutes. And just to kind of give you a little preview of the matchup for us that we have for you today, we will mention that Bleckley County, basically the town that's there is Cochran, Georgia, which is 191 miles away in central Georgia. You go down 75, and I forget the highway that you get on after that to get down the rest of the way to Cochran, Georgia. But it's about a 3-hour, 8-minute drive depending on what the traffic is. And one of the things I always like to do, Ian, when I look up these different towns that I haven't necessarily been to, don't know much about, is find out from these schools who notable alums are. And one is really going to stick out to you that I found out about Bleckley County, but his name is Amarius Mims. Of course, he was a football player over at Georgia for a few seasons, won a couple of national championships, and now he's with the Bengals. He was a first-round draft pick there for them. And he's also on a Piedmont Hospital commercial that, if you watch certain networks out of Atlanta, you see every single day.
Yeah,
so I definitely recognize that name as soon as I was looking at the notable alums.
Yeah,
there.
that's a heck of a talent, so quite notable.
Oh, 100%. But anyway, Bleckley County comes in this game 16-11 overall. They were 7-6 in region play, fifth out of a really tough region. As a matter of fact, Ian, there are two teams out of Region 2, which they come from out of Class A Division 1, who were in the top 10 going into this tournament, will be playing tonight. One of them is East Lawrence, a team that's 23-4 out of Region 2. The other is Washington County, a 20-6 team. And so, needless to say, Bleckley County had to play those two teams twice in the regular season. And as far as Washington County is concerned, they beat them once. They split. Here's something that's interesting about that. On 12-9 on December the 9th, they lost on the road 76-46, but when they got Washington County to their place, they picked up a 54-50 victory. Now, when it comes to East Lawrence, we mentioned to you, ranked number 8 rather, in the last standings at the end of the season. They would lose to them twice. The first one was on the road. They lost 70-49, but then at home, they lost by 2 points. So what do you take from that? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but the thing that jumps off the page is perhaps they've kind of struggled in tough environments on the road. When they play at home, they play much better. And so, obviously, if you're the Model Lady Devils in this circumstance, a good team on the road for this Bleckley County team, and you got to figure this is going to be a tough place to play.
Yeah, the environment here will definitely play a factor in tonight's matchup. But we talk about this in sports in general. Iron sharpens iron, and this Bleckley County team's coming from a tough region where they've had to compete night in, night out from the top to the bottom of that region. That's going to benefit you when you get to the playoffs. They've played some good teams. They've beaten some good teams. They've hung with some good teams. So I don't think they're going to be intimidated, but that road trip and the break from the norm, that's something that you have to adjust for as well. And we all know the Shannon faithful are going to show up here and make it as hard for the Royals as possible.
Oh, no doubt about it. And, of course, to your point on that, Model comes into this game. This is game 27 on the season. This is the 10 seed. They are 17-9 on the season, 9-3, and got second place out of Region 6 Class A Division I. As far as the region tournament was concerned, Ian, they had to come from behind to do it, but they got a semifinal win over Heard County. They won that game by 5 points, 47-42. They were down by 17 points at the half of that basketball game. So that game is kind of a microcosm, I think, of what this team has been throughout the season. They've been down, but they've never been out, and they're one of those teams that will just keep grinding, play tough defense, and once the shots start falling for them, good things can happen. So this is a team that even if they get down in the early part of the game, they can always make a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really the hallmark of a Sally Eccles coach team is to rely on your ability on the defensive floor. The shots are going to start falling, but if you can slow it down, make it a rock fight. If you have to, they have that ability as well.
No question about it. Well, we're glad you're with us tonight here on live coverage of the start of the basketball tournament at the end of the season. Man, I think about this time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and obviously basketball is a tournament sport. It just doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah. I mean, so much drama every night. If you have an off night, that's the end of your season. So there's a lot on the line, and you can feel it in the air. It's a totally different environment.
Well, as we're getting ready to get started, we will let you know what's on the other side of the bracket in terms of whoever wins this game, who will they play? Well, that's going to be the winner between Almerchi and Rabun County. And if it's Almerchi, then Model would be the higher seed and would host. If it's Rabun County, they would have to hit the road and go over to Rabun County, which is about a 3-hour drive to face a really tough team. Both of those teams would be a tough team to face, but obviously Model would much rather be in the friendly confines here of their environment, playing at Woodard Gymnasium. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the course of the game.
Rabun's kind of like going to Dade. There's not an easy way to get there. So that's a long, winding road trip. So, not too often you'll see Model pulling for Almerchi, but I guess tonight that'd be a bonus.
I would think they would 100% be pulling for Almerchi tonight. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're just getting started here. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We're glad you're with us here tonight from Woodard Gymnasium. It's Model and Bleckley County coming up in the girls' first round of Class A Division I as we get the tournament started here tonight. We'll be back in 3 to give you the starting lineups, have the national anthem. We'll get things rolling inside Woodard Gymnasium. Back in 3.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
back in, everybody. We're getting close here to the national anthem and getting things rolling inside of Woodard Gymnasium here for the start of the state basketball tournament on the girls' side of things in Class A Division I. Of course, tomorrow we'll be back here as well with the boys as they get ready to host Brantley County. And we were talking earlier about kind of unusual mascots, uncommon, whatever you want to say there. But tomorrow, Brantley County will be here, and they are the Herons. I think at one point they were the Blue Herons, but now it's just Herons. And I think they're the only one in the state of Georgia and GHSA that are the Herons. So it's kind of
on a run.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that those two games turn out that way. But it looks like it is now time for the national anthem, so we'll turn our attention to the crowd mic. All right, folks, we'll give you the starting lineups and we'll get things going inside of Woodard Gymnasium as we get ready for Model versus Bleckley County to begin here in just moments. Getting a little bit of a late start. We'll be about 3 minutes behind getting this game rolling here in just a couple of moments. But anyway, we're going to start with the Bleckley County Lady Royals and number 1, Lyric Stevens in the starting lineup tonight. Also number 2, Evian Beck. She is a senior in the starting lineup tonight. Number 14, Kauria Jones, a senior in the starting lineup tonight. Number 21, Kamaya Gooch, also a senior. And then rounding out the starting lineup tonight for the Bleckley County Royals, you've got Ziera Lindsay, a senior as well. So all of 5 players in the starting lineup tonight, Ian, for Bleckley County are seniors.
Yeah, and that leadership will certainly play a role in their performance tonight.
John Stanley is their head coach, by the way. Let's give you the Model Lady Devils, and then we'll get things rolling. Number 1, Cam Sanders, the sophomore in the starting lineup tonight. Number 3, Addie Mathis, playing in her senior year. Also number 15, Sasha Wood, a senior. Then you've got number 20, Eva Pointer, and number 21, Samantha Betts. And that is your starting 5 here tonight for the Model Lady Devils. And of course, their head coach is Sally Eccles, who over the course of her tenure here, I think she became the head coach in 2006. She's been to a championship game where the runners up there in 2009. And since then, they've been to the Final Four 4 times since 2009. That would have been in 17, 18, and 19, and then in last year. And, of course, they've been to the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, you know, so many times I didn't have time to add it up before we went here. But to your point, you said this earlier, this is a situation they're used to being in.
Absolutely.
And with that said, it's time for the ball game, everybody. Let's get things tipped off here for the state tournament. We've got Cam Sanders in the circle, also Gooch here for Bleckley County. The tip is going to go to your Model Lady Devils. We are officially underway with the tournament. Sasha Wood leaves it out for Betts. Now back to Wood on the left wing side. Drives baseline, works her way, sends it right wing side over to Betts. Now to Pointer at the elbow, sends it right wing. Now back around. Betts has got it, going to drive. Tries to bounce it underneath. It's deflected out of bounds here by the Lady Royals, and it's going to stay with Model.
Yeah, I think that went off the knee of Kamaya Gooch. Good ball movement there on the first possession. Just didn't quite find the shot they were looking for.
Wood going to fire it up top, finds Sanders. She is between the circles, right back to Wood, starts to work baseline. Nearly lost it for a second, retains possession. Dribbles in front of the Lady Royals bench. Now back up top to Betts. Bounce pass underneath to Cam Sanders. Gets it nearly to the rim there. Rebound's going to be picked up here by the Lady Royals, and they'll come back the other way. And, Ian, I think one of the things we're going to see a lot in this game is feeding the ball to Sanders. I think she's going to be a matchup problem from the first look here.
She's a matchup problem for anybody she faces, but certainly they're going to look to feed her the ball on the block and let her work.
Kind of just stating the obvious there as we get started, but nonetheless, Stevens set to inbound the ball here for the Lady Royals. They're in their black road uniforms with purple letters and numbers, it looks like. That's a long shot from three-point range, goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Royals.
I guess that went off Sanders' hand.
So the Lady Royals set to inbound the basketball. Jones to feed it in. She looks towards the right, now goes up top. Ball is deflected by Mathis. Pointer comes out with it. Model goes back the other way, working from right to left, rather. I'm getting mixed up here early on. Feels like we haven't done a game in a couple of weeks. You know why?
Yeah, because
we haven't done a game in a couple of weeks.
Nice drive there by Betts. Got the blocking foul, and Cam Sanders is going to trigger this one in from underneath the basket.
Sanders feeds it in, gives it to Betts. Now trying to get it back to Sanders. It's deflected, but stays with Model. Betts into the lane, tries to bounce it underneath. It is deflected, and it's going to stay with Model.
And that was Kaleria Jones there, who got the ball but was on the baseline.
Wood set to feed it in from the baseline underneath Model's own basket. They send it up top over to Sanders. She starts to work right. Now he's going to work around a defender at the free throw line. Turns, gives it to Betts. Wide open three, and that one's off the side of the rim. Tracks down a long rebound, does Betts.
Sometimes the ball finds the shooter.
Here's Pointer from the elbow. That one's off the side of the rim. Rebound picked up by the Royals. They've got her trapped over at the baseline. Here is an outlet pass across. They go to the right wing side. Now back up top. Deflected again from Mathis. She comes out with the ball. She works across the timeline, wants to work towards the paint. Lost the handle, feeds it right back out to Sanders. Now to Wood. Here's the three, and that one's off the back of the rim. Models come out cold here at the beginning of the game.
A lot of second chance opportunities, though.
Here's a little runner, and that one is through. Addie Mathis is able to get the first bucket.
Yeah, and now they finally took advantage of those said second chance opportunities there. Nice tap out by Betts and a drive by Mathis for the bucket.
Here come the Lady Royals. They work coast to coast. Player bounces right off Cam Sanders.
Yeah,
and hit the floor.
Yeah, and Sanders stepped to her, so that's certainly a foul. And I think that was Beck that was driving the ball.
Still trying to learn the names here for the Lady Royals. Right now we got Jones defeated in motion. Fires it inside, now goes right back out to Jones. Now up top, fires from the elbow. That one's off the side of the rim, and Wood collects the rebound. Here come the Lady Devils back the other way. Wood out to Sanders, fires the wide open three, and nothing but net for Cam Sanders.
Great find in transition there by Sasha Wood as she got into the free throw line and then dumped it back to Sanders. You're going to get a kickball there on Betts.
Thought it was going to be a transition opportunity there for a second, but as Ian pointed out, it went off the foot. And it looks like Coach Eccles is going to call a timeout, so we'll take it as well. We'll take a little breath here. 5:26 left to go here in the first quarter. Models opened up with a 5-0 run to start the game. We're back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're going to take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
All right, the Lady Royals inbound the ball, bring it up the floor, trailing Model 5-0. They cross the timeline. Dribbling with the ball is Beck, the senior. Fires off to the far side, gets it over to Gooch. Gooch dribbles over in front of the Model bench, stolen away by Eva Pointer. A transition opportunity, and she cashes in. Eva Pointer with the steal and the bucket.
Eva Pointer doing Eva Pointer things. Just a nuisance on defense, and there she goes again.
Stolen away again. Ball is poked free and out of bounds. And Model's going to have it.
Yeah, she got the loose ball there, and it ricocheted off of Beck out of bounds. So two quick steals there from Pointer. An easy transition bucket, and Model trying to create some separation.
Sasha Wood into Betts. Now back to Wood on the left wing side. Drives baseline, goes in and gets stripped and is going to the free throw line.
Yeah, good drive there by Wood. Took the contact, got the shot up. Couldn't get it to fall, but gets to the line for 2.
And so these will be the first 2 free throws of the basketball game. Model owns all the points, up 7-0. A 7-0 run to start the game here. Off to a good start here in the state tournament. First shot on the way, and that one is in.
Boy, we talk about the importance of free throws in every game, but when you get to this stage and you're in the tournament, it helps to knock them all down when you get an opportunity.
Yes, sir. And, the first couple of minutes, both teams just feeling each other out. Model was getting some looks, as you pointed out, getting some second chance opportunities, couldn't cash in, and then all of a sudden they put together an 8-0 run in the last couple of minutes. Here's Wood from the right wing side, long 2 off the side of the rim, tracks down her own rebound. We've seen that happen a couple of times in this game with different players. Got that one to the rim, missed the shot, and the rebound is going to go to the Royals.
We already have to be at about 8 offensive rebounds easily for the Lady Devils.
Fires this pass to the right wing side, fake, now sends it back up top. They're going to work towards the left wing side this time. 3 ball in the air off the side of the rim, and Pointer's there to collect the rebound. Nearly poked free, but Model is able to recover, get it to the other side of the floor. Here is Sanders with a wide open 3, and that one's off the mark. Rebound picked up by Model. Wood gets it to the glass, misses the shot, and the rebound goes to the Lady Royals. They work across the stripe. They're around the left wing side. Now back up to the top of the key. Wants the 3 opportunity. That goes off the side of the rim, and that was deflected out of bounds by Eva Pointer, so it's going to be Royals ball.
Took that one off the tip of her finger. Jammed it a little bit. You can see her flexing it. But again, so far the story of this ball game, second chance opportunities. Model has been crashing the offensive glass and starting to cash in on it.
Flag inbounds the ball, and now dribbling between the circles is Avion Beck. Now back towards the far side. They get it to Lyric Stevens. Stevens an honorable mention for all region this year. Now back up top. They had several players that were honorable mention, but they play in a really tough region, as we were talking about earlier, Region 2. 3 ball in the air off the side of the rim, and there's Pointer for another board.
They called Dennis Rodman the worm because he was so frustrating to play against. She's got some of those attributes for sure.
Absolutely. Here is Sanders towards the low block, puts it high off the window, misses the shot. Here's Georgia Womack after the pass from Pointer, misses the 3-point shot. Pointer gets another rebound. Here is Wood, fires the 2. That one off the side of the rim. Pointer with another rebound, gets it to the rim. The shot is missed. Ball loose on the floor. It's off on the Royals. It's staying with Model.
The rebounds are just piling up on the stat sheet here. How they reversed that call.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was clearly off of a Royal player as it was rolling out of bounds, but.
Well, as it stands now, Ashanti Flag is set at the baseline to send things in motion here for the Lady Royals. She gets it inside to Evian Beck, who's going to bring it up the floor. Right now for the Royals, bounce pass across. It is stolen away. Womack got her hands in there. Royals got it right back. A battle for it. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing in the Royals' direction. What a sequence there.
Absolutely. Just tenacious defense from the Lady Devils.
So the Royals feed it into the backcourt. They get it over to Beck. Now to the near side. 3 ball in the air. That one's off the side of the rim. Alana Penn off the bench picks up a rebound for the Lady Devils. Sasha Wood across the timeline, feeds it near side, gets it to Betts, goes around a screen set by Penn. We got a double dribble.
Yeah, just a quick shuffle there. One thing that goes on, she's got some great guard play here for Model, but the depth of their front court is really impressive with Sanders, Wells, Penn, and Pointer. That's a heck of a front line to throw out.
Absolutely is. Here come the Lady Royals across the timeline. They get it underneath to the low block. Shot is up, bounces high off the rim, and there's Penn with another rebound. Womack takes the outlet pass across the midcourt stripe. Now back to Wood, and she goes, they say back court.
Yeah, foot was in the air. I'm going to disagree again with the officials on that one, but they've got a hard job. Especially when you call it against the home team. Clearly across the half-court stripe. Yeah, yep.
I think that's one of those things where sometimes your mind plays a little trick on you there.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. But I'm with you, and the evidence on the video makes it pretty clear.
They don't have that luxury at this level, but well, maybe the Devils will get one back later.
Never know. Beck's got the ball at the top of the key. They feed it right wing side. Fires the 3 ball. Missed shot. Karams across the rim. Sasha Wood's there. She's got the ball. Comes back the other way for Model, working right to left. Goes right into the lane. Ball is poked free. Coming out with it are the Lady Royals, who are battling here late in the first quarter, down 8-0. Lady Royals get it across the timeline. Nice pass underneath. They go back up top. Great ball movement from the Lady Royals, but they can't cash in with points there. And I think we saw some glasses go to the floor. We did.
We did. Some discussion here on what the call is. They're going to jump ball, and the possession arrow is in favor of Model.
Going to have a sub into the game. Diamond is going to check in here for Wood onto the floor for the first time of the game, and she will handle the inbound duty here in just a couple of moments.
I didn't see any contact that caused those glasses to come off.
Pointer takes the pass. They try to get it to Diamond. It's stolen away, so the pressure is effective. They get it out to the outside. Long 2 in the air, and cold shooting night so far for the Lady Royals.
Penn got a lot of arm on that rebound attempt, so that one will stay on this end. But yeah, right now the Royals can't buy a bucket.
Jones set to feed it in here for the Lady Royals here in just a couple of moments. We've got 1 minute and 36 seconds left of the first quarter. Score is 8-0 in favor of Model for our radio listeners tonight. If you're watching on the video, you see it there on the screen. Royals with the basketball. They kick it out around the perimeter. Now going to work towards the free throw line. Now right wing side they go. Now back up top. Great defense from Model throughout the entire first quarter here. There's a long range shot. That one off the mark. They do get a rebound here, though. Lady Royals inside, put up another one, and that's a shot clock violation. She didn't get it to the rim.
There's really been good defense on both sides of the court. Honestly, Model's just been able to get a few more shots to fall thanks to the second chance opportunities. Not a lot of those for the Royals.
Cam Sanders to feed it in, gets it to Womack. She dribbles across the timeline, now backs up, sets up the half-court offense. Sanders between the circles there, dribbles with the basketball, works her way off towards the left side, feeds it off to Betts, works around back up top. Now to Sanders on the left wing side, fires a 3 and makes her second one of the game.
Silky smooth jumper from Cam Sanders. Total package. She can hit the 3, take you off the dribble, or back you down.
3 ball in the air on the other end, and that one is through. Knocking it down was Caloria Jones. That's the first bucket of the evening there for the Lady Royals. So the 11-0 run is ended at 11-0. There's Womack on the other end for 3. Karams off the rim.
Womack can really, if she gets hot, she's dangerous. She's had a couple of close calls. 2
turnovers there, and the ball goes off the backboard and through there for number 10, and that is Ashanti Flag. Stolen away on the other end. Here come the Lady Royals back the other way. They try to heave it underneath. It's deflected out of bounds, so it stays on this end. But a little flash here from
and a lapse in concentration from the Lady Devils there. They had a run out there and didn't protect the ball and just got a little loose with it, and the Royals are making them pay for it.
Royals to feed it in. They get it to the low block, drive it in with 5 seconds to work with. Left that one short. Penn gets the rebound. Not enough time to get it down the floor. There was a heave, but that was after the buzzer, even if she made it. So that is the end of the first quarter. Model leads it at the end of 1 by a score of 11-5 over the visiting Bleckley County Royals. And we will take a little timeout here. We'll be stepping out for 1 minute. We'll come back for the second quarter. right, the Lady Royals will open up with possession of the ball as we start the second quarter. Had a little surge there towards the latter couple of minutes of the first quarter. Right now, Model leads at 11-5 by leading as many as 11 as they started the game on an 11-0 run. Here's a little runner on the other end. Missed shot. Addie Mathis gets the rebound, wants to work pretty quick, gets it across the timeline, now backs up between the circles. Sasha Wood with it on the right wing in front of the Lady Royals bench. Now works it back between the circles around a screen there from Sanders. Tries to split 3 defenders. Ball got tied up, and they're going to call the traveling call.
Yeah, she was trying to turn back and pivot and make the pass, but got tied up and dragged a foot. So turnover there, and a string of turnovers here for the Devils.
Royals on the other end, and they heave it out of bounds, knocks a chair down.
That made me think of Varsity Blues when old Johnny Moxon threw it and hit the mascot.
Wow.
Just a bit outside.
And a timely reference, of course, with the passing of James Vanderbeek. Wasn't that his name?
Yes.
He played that character. I only saw that movie a time or two. I enjoyed it. It was not one of my favorite sports movies, but a good one, though.
Depending on your generation.
Yeah.
The people right a little younger than us, Matt, that's one of their favorites, it seems. I know Gavin was that was in his top 5, I think.
And he's a good bit younger than we are. So. All right, Lady Royals are picked off. It's Samantha Betts this time. Drives in, tries to lay it in, misses the shot. But, Ian, she did earn a trip to the stripe.
Absolutely. Great steal there. Good hands from Betts, and then took it to the basket with authority. Couldn't get it to fall, but a lot of that was because of the contact. She'll get 2 shots at the line.
So Betts at the free throw line for the first time. First shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. They'll get ready for another one.
We need this one to go down so that the math remains easy.
Yes, please. We need easy math today. Had a long weekend this past weekend. Did a lot of traveling with the span of a couple of days, and I'm dragging a little bit today, and it probably shows.
It's a Tuesday that feels like a Monday.
It really does. Second shot is through. The math's still easy, though. It's 50% here from the line are the Lady Devils. Ball is stolen away yet again. Here is Pointer off the glass after the feed from Wood. It is through.
Pointer is being a pest on the defensive end.
Model out to a 14-5 lead, back up by 9. They've led by as many as 11 in this game in the first quarter. That shot off the glass is too strong off the window. Betts comes out with the rebound. She wants to work quick across the midcourt stripe. Fires it right wing. Quick 3 there from Womack. Bounces high off the rim. Won't go. And it's kept. Well, goes out of bounds on Betts, I believe.
Yes. Good hustle there to try to make the save, but couldn't dial it in.
Hard to believe that we're in the last week of February.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be state tournament time over the next few weeks. Then we'll roll into conference tournament time for colleges, and then March Madness will be in full effect with the greatest sporting event there is, if you ask me.
I won't argue with you.
Long three-point range shot missed. Long rebound almost picked up by Pointer. Ball is ricocheted off a couple of players. Lady Royals come out with it, get fouled, trying to go in with a layup. I believe that was number 14, Jones, who we're going to see.
It was Jones, yeah. And strong take there. She went between 2 defenders and still managed to get that shot up with the contact.
Got an update for you on the Almerchi-Rabun County game we'll give you after this shot. First one's in the air, and that one is through there for Calria Jones. Right now at the end of the first, Rabun County has got the upper hand over Almerchi, 19-7 after 1. Second shot coming up here for Jones, and that one is going to rattle off the rim. Battle for the rebound, and it's going to be picked up by the Lady Royals. Now they get it right wing side. Going to dribble it towards the baseline. Now fires it back up top over to the left wing, underneath to the baseline. Tries to spin her way in on 3 defenders. Gets the shot off and gets to the line. So a great effort there, Ian, by Avion Beck.
Yeah, nice take there by Beck. Savvy player. Very athletic.
And, I mean, if you're the Lady Royals here, obviously Model causing all kind of problems on the defensive end of the floor. If you can attack the rim, whether you make the shot or not, you can get yourself an opportunity from the charity stripe, make good things happen either way.
Absolutely.
But she misses the first free throw, gets ready for another one, does Avion Beck. So Beck with one more of this pair remaining with 5:48 left to go second quarter. Shot in the air, and that one is through. We're seeing a trend here, Ian.
We sure are.
Both teams shooting 50% from the line so far. We're going to have a timeout called by Coach Eccles. So we're going to take it with them. Right now with 5:47 left to go second quarter, Model leads it 14-7 over Bleckley County here in the first round. We're back in 30 seconds.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
All right, folks, Model set to inbound the ball right now with a 7-point lead. Cross-court pass to Addie Mathis, kept it in bounds, but it's back with the Royals. They will bring it back the other way. Firing a quick three, shot in the air, that's off the mark. Womack is there to get the rebound. Betts across the midcourt stripe, dribbles between the circles, now works left. Surveys the floor, is going to hand it off to Womack, who dribbles between the circles and around a screen set by Betts. Now on to Addie Mathis. Mathis lost the handle. Model a little loose with the ball here at parts of this game. Shakes off the defender, puts it up, and scores. That was a nice move and finish for Lyric Stevens.
And a big shift out of that timeout, Matt, moving to 4 guards on the floor for Model. Betts is going to pick up a foul there, or get fouled, trying to advance the ball. But you have Wood, Betts, Womack, and Mathis on the floor with Penn, so a much smaller lineup for the Blue Devils currently.
Womack will set it into Betts. Lost the handle there, and another turnover for the Lady Devils. Across the timeline goes Bleckley County. Now they're going to work into the paint. Ball nearly stripped away there by Eddie Mathis. Good hands. Now they kick it out. Long range three on the way off the back of the rim. They drive in trying to get the rebound, and it goes out of bounds on Bleckley County.
Good eyes there by Penn. And this full court pressure has been giving Model some issues these last few possessions.
Georgia Womack going to sit it into Sasha Wood. Now back to Womack, who's going to bring it up the floor here for the Lady Devils. She crosses over the midcourt stripe. Now works it up top, leaves it off for Sasha Wood, who dribbles between the circles, directing traffic with that left hand, drives in with her right, picks it up. She stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, that's 4 or 5 straight possessions in which Model has turned the ball over. And the experiment with 4 guards will end as Cam Sanders comes back onto the floor.
Now Model really out of rhythm here in these last few possessions. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Model leads it by only 5 points. So they've led it by as many as 11 points after starting the game on an 11-0 run. But Bleckley County is a gritty bunch, and they've hung in there, got it within 5. Right now Jones has got it. Now gives it over to Beck. Beck's going to go to work around a screen, shoots from the elbow here on the near side, misses the shot, and Sanders collects the rebound. Sanders across the midcourt stripe, fires right, gives it to Betts, right back to Sanders. Sanders now dribbles up towards the top of the key. She looks right, gives it back to Betts, dribbles between the circles. Betts hands it off to Addie Mathis in front of the Bleckley County bench. Now works around a screen, trying to get it to Penn, and the pass is going to be picked off, got away from it.
Great switch defense there on the zone. That was well executed. Royals have really stepped up the intensity.
They drive into the lane, go baseline. Ball is stripped away, but goes right back to Bleckley County, and they put up a quick shot and make there for Lyric Stevens.
And they have trimmed the lead all the way down to 3, Matt.
Man. 14-11. They've done it fairly quietly, it seems like, in my mind. But they've got, as you say, within 3. There's Betts from underneath, gets fouled and is going to go to the stripe. And maybe if the Lady Devils getting to the free throw line, can see a couple go through, will help them get back into their rhythm offensively.
Yeah, it's been stagnant for sure. And part of that, I really think, is credit to the Royals. And they've switched to a zone defense and have really ramped up the on-ball pressure out there on the perimeter.
First free throw is a miss, and we get ready for Betts' second free throw is another adjustment made in the lineup here for the Lady Devils. So now it's Penn, Sanders, Betts, Womack, and Sasha Wood. We'll give you a floor check here for Bleckley County in a moment as Betts knocks down another free throw, keeping the math nice and simple and clean here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them try to get the bigs to flash to the elbow, just to try to get the ball into the interior and work from there on offense.
Flags across the midcourt stripe with it. They work it off to the left wing side. Now back up top. Bleckley County with the basketball, trailing only by 4 points. They got it within 3, and that's a double dribble. Something perhaps for Model to build on here. Still a little bit of that momentum that we've seen Bleckley County build over the last several minutes of the game here in this second quarter. And they lose the handle right away. Another turnover for the Lady Devils. Here comes Bleckley County on the other end. 3 ball in the air, banks it off the glass, does Lyric Stevens. She's having a big second quarter of the ball game.
Yes, she is, and the lead is down to 1.
15-14 your score. Here's Betts for 3 on the other end, rattles off the rim. Wood is there to get the rebound, bounces it to Penn. Penn surveys the floor, spins around, gets it to Sanders, fires the 3 and drills a big one.
Great patience there from Alana Penn. When she first got the rebound, she used her pivot foot, couldn't find a teammate, but she was patient, looked back, found Sanders, and that's the 3rd 3 of the night for Cam.
Cam now with 9 points in the ball game, and that was a big bucket right there. Brought it back to a 4-point game when Bleckley County had brought it within 1 point. That goes off the back of the rim. Underneath, puts another shot towards the bucket, gets fouled, and we're going to see free throws. Model bench reacts to that one. So Lindsay is going to the free throw line. These will be her first 2 shots of the ball game here from the charity stripe. Have not seen a lot of free throws here. Well, I don't know. They've had 3 trips to the stripe here in the second quarter, so I take that back. That goes off the side of the rim. They didn't see any in the first quarter.
A lot of talk back and forth between the model players, but it seems constructive. Eccles is going to take a timeout and kind of rally the troops here with 2 minutes to go in the second.
We'll take one as well. 2:05 left to go, second quarter. Model leads it by 4. 18-14 is your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. During the break, Ian, the Lady Devils cheerleaders were kind of working the crowd into a Lady Devils chant to try to get everybody fired up inside of Woodard Gymnasium. Good atmosphere here tonight. And as we go through the tournament, should the Lady Devils survive and advance, that intensity and environment will grow with each game. Of course, if Rabun County, and they had a pretty good handle on things against Almerchi, if the Lady Devils win and Rabun County wins, it's going to be a road trip. But obviously the Lady Devils fans will be traveling over, make the 3-hour trek on a Friday. They travel well, no question about that. All right, so we've got Lindsay with one more free throw coming up here for the Lady Royals. Shot is on the way, and that one's off the back of the iron. Driving in, getting a strong rebound, or attempting to, was Penn, but they're going to call a foul. I think they got the Lady Royals on that.
Yeah, they did. Penn had position there, and when they went for the tie-up, they got her arm. We were kind of shielded from that because it was on the far side.
So Georgia Womack is going to send it in motion here for the Lady Devils. Wood's going to bring it up the floor. She is now across the timeline, works off to the right wing side, drives towards the sideline, now right to the baseline, trying to get it to the rim and gets blocked. And now the Lady Royals come back the other way. They fire it right wing side, now back up top. A heave to the left side of the floor. Now back up to the top of the key. They'll back up, reset their half-court offense. Dribbling with the ball is Jones. Jones is going to fire it up to the top of the key. Going to go left wing side. That's Ashanti Flagg with it. Now back up top. They'll go into the paint. Feeds it right. 3-ball in the air, and that one's off the side of the rim there for Stevens. Model comes out with a rebound. Samantha Betts across the midcourt stripe, directing traffic. Now goes off to left, leaves it off for Diamond. Diamond dribbles up towards the top of the key, leaves it off for Wood. Wood on to Betts. Betts fires the three, and that one's off the mark, goes out of bounds.
And really, right now, I think Sally Eccles is just trying to buy some time. You've got Cam Sanders and Pointer must have a couple of fouls because they're both on the bench right now. Wood's going to the bench. Jada Wells hasn't played tonight. I'm not sure what the story is there. So a little thinner on the front court, but as many problems as Pointer and Sanders were causing, it must be foul trouble that's got them off the floor.
The Lady Royals driving towards the baseline, losing the handle. Ball is knocked out of bounds by the Lady Devils, so it's going to stay with the Lady Royals on their end of the floor. Surveying the floor right now with it is Jones. Fires it into the right wing. Now back to Jones. Drives baseline. Leaves it off for a teammate. Ball is loose. Coming out with it is Model. They'll come back the other way. Samantha Betts across the midcourt stripe. Works her way towards the right wing side in front of the Royals bench. Now leaves it off for Emily Gentry. Gentry drives towards the baseline. Now feeds it back up top. Gets it to Womack. Womack to the near side. Gets it to Betts. Fires it underneath to Penn. Turns. Gets blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Model.
Absolutely. Really, if you can take the air out of the ball and play for the last shot. Well, there's 14 on the play clock.
Inbound pass goes to Penn. Now over to Betts. Now to the right wing side to Womack. Puts up the three, misses the shot, but Diamond's there to get the rebound. On the left wing side, gets it into Penn. Spins around, puts it up, gets it to the rim, and is going to the free throw line.
Nice take there by Penn. Took the shot on the body, got the shot up. Couldn't get it to fall, but once again, headed to the line for two.
So we are 12.3 seconds away from halftime. Model leads it by 4. 18-14 is your score as Bleckley County has battled back. They had it within one at one point of this second quarter. First free throw is missed by Alana Penn. Not a lot of scoring for the Lady Devils here in this second quarter of the ball game. Cross-court pass is picked off. Betts has got it, wants to drive. 2-on-1 in favor of the Blue Devils, and that's going to be blocked as Gentry was going up. But she earned a trip to the stripe here.
Yep. So once again, Model will get chances at the charity stripe. Good pass there by Betts.
And so Emily Gentry at the free throw line. First shot is going to rattle through.
Much needed bucket there.
And Emily Gentry's got one more coming up. Right now, Model leads it by 5, 19-14, and the second one drops as well. 2 seconds on the clock, and that is the end of the first half. Model's going to lead it going into the locker room, 20-14 over Bleckley County. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the halftime show live from Woodard Gymnasium. We'll be back.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
Well, we welcome you back here to the halftime show. As we enter our halftime show, I do want to take an opportunity, because we haven't had a chance to do this throughout the broadcast so far, to recognize our sponsors and also the crew. So we'll do that right out of the gate before we get into any numbers and recapping of the first half of the game. But tonight, video sponsors: Instant Replay brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. Also, Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales on board tonight. Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists. Advent Health Redmond. Shannon Pharmacy. Dogwood Books. The Herb Shop on Broad, and Duffy's Deli on the radio end tonight. We're pleased to have Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales as our presenting sponsor, as they've been with us throughout the entire season. Also on board with us tonight, Allen Murphy Appliance, Dogwood Books, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Rome Orthopedic Center, and Ware Mechanical. We appreciate them for making it possible for us to be here and cover local high school sports. Again, whether you're watching the video or listening to the radio coverage tonight. Here's the crew. Midcourt cameras tonight: Bennett Abernathy and Clay Hardiker. On Pan Tilt and Zoom, you have got Caleb Bice also running the scoreboard tonight. Replay is Nathan Patterson. Director is Mike Garrett. And on the radio end, I'm Matt Davis. He's Ian Griffin. And courtesy of WLAQ, the commentary tonight. Board operator at WLAQ on the radio end is Lynn Butler. So we got a pretty full crew here tonight. Everybody pitching in and putting together, making a nice team here for the broadcast. It's a lot of fun to work with these folks.
Playoff time, man. It's the best time to work with all these fine folks.
It really is. It just feels different when you enter the gym on a night like tonight. The intensity level and everything that goes into it from start to finish, it just feels different. There's no question. Every game's for all the marbles. If you do not win, your season comes to a screeching halt here tonight. So we'll see what happens. And we've got a close one, and I'm not terribly shocked by that, because we knew coming in that Bleckley County plays in a region with a couple of the top 10 teams out of Class A Division I's, played tough games against those teams that we referenced earlier, beat one of them. We talked about the win over Washington County. So this is a team that has seen some success this year. Yeah, they've struggled some on the road, but we knew they were going to be a gritty bunch that were going to come out here and play hard and try to steal one on the road. And, I mean, they're in position to potentially do that. Right now, Model has got a 6-point lead. They've been up by as many as 11. We saw Bleckley County there in the second quarter of the game close in within a point at one point in time after Model had started with an 11-0 run. So been a lot of back and forth here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, look, Model threw a haymaker early. They were up 11-0. Looked like they were going to just break away and build a huge lead going into the half, but Bleckley County was able to weather that storm and fight back and claw their way into the game. And now what they have coming out of that locker room is dangerous. It's belief. So Model has got to come out and go full throttle. I believe we had a little foul trouble keeping Sanders and Pointer off the floor, but Coach Eccles did a great job weathering that storm, because it was 15-14 when those players exited. And she was able to go to her bench and not only survive without giving up the lead, but get some of those points back and get it back to a 6-point advantage. So that was a key stretch in the game in that first half for Model to survive. And I expect them to come out with a lot of intensity, but you better expect that from the Royals as well.
It's going to be an interesting second half. I have a suspicion. We'll see what happens, but we'll go ahead and break down the scoring for you real quick. Model would outscore Bleckley County 11-5 in the first quarter. As we mentioned, open up an 11-0 run to start the game before Bleckley County got on the board. Then it was even in the second quarter, 9-9, and where we are at halftime, Model leads at 20-14. As far as individual effort, scoring-wise, we'll start with Bleckley County. They got 1 point from Evian Beck. Calria Jones picked up 4 points, 2 points for Ashanti Flagg off the bench. And then their leading scorer is Lyric Stevens, who scored 7 points, all of those points in the second quarter of the game. A couple of field goals, also made a three-pointer there from the field as well. Meanwhile, for your Model Lady Devils, who lead at 20-14, they pick up 2 apiece for Addie Mathis and Emily Gentry, 1 point for Sasha Wood from the free throw line in the first quarter, 4 points from Eva Pointer, and 2 points for Samantha Betts. 2 made free throws for her in the second quarter. And the leading scorer in the game for the Blue Devils and overall was Cam Sanders. And Ian, she knocked down 3 threes there in the first half, 2 of them in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. She has 9 points.
Yeah, all of it coming from behind the arc. That wouldn't have been the plan I would have thought would be executed at the beginning of this game. We thought we were going to get her down in the paint and getting a lot of opportunities, but Bleckley County's forced Model to settle for a lot of threes. Cam Sanders has cashed in on her opportunities.
Well, we got to take one more break. Let's step out for a minute and a half. 90-second break down the line. We'll come back for the start of the second half. It's Model in Bleckley County. Model leads it 20-14.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the Model High School Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
Model leads at 20-14 over Bleckley County here in the first round of the playoffs. Survive and advance is the name of the game. There's a long three off the backboard, and oh my goodness, it is going to be through for Lyric Stevens.
Yeah, open at the top of the key, and she kissed that one off the glass, and they trimmed the lead to 3.
Right now, Model with the basketball on the left wing side. Sasha Wood with it, picks up her dribble, needs some help, is going to find Eva Pointer, who's back into the ball game. There's a shot from just in front of the free throw line and through for Eva Pointer.
Oh, beautiful teardrop jumper there, and a steal.
And off the glass and through. 2 quick buckets for Pointer. And Model leads it 24-17 in a blink of an eye, and they're back up by 7.
And getting Pointer and Sanders back on the floor together has been huge.
Pointer picks it off again. Here is Betts underneath off the glass, a little bit too strong off the window. Rebound is going to go to Bleckley County. They send it to the right wing side, fires the 3, and that one's left short. Sanders collects the ball and comes back the other way, and in a hurry. Now back up top to Sasha Wood, on to Georgia Womack. Didn't pull the trigger, sends it right wing side to Betts. Now around to Sasha Wood. She fires, and that one's off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Bleckley County. Lady Royals with the ball. Outlet pass underneath. Drives in, puts it up, gets blocked by Georgia Womack. Clean block. Here is Sasha Wood across the midcourt stripe. Both teams wanting to work fast here, Ian.
Great transition recovery there by Womack.
Womack trying to feed it into the lane. The ball is going to be deflected and ultimately picked off. Coming out with it is Beck. She's across the midcourt stripe here for Bleckley County. Now sends it right wing in front of their bench, working from right to left. 5:52 left to go, third quarter. Long range 3, banks it in off the glass, and guess what, Ian?
Yeah, that's her shot. She's aiming for the glass there from the top of the key.
It was Lyric Stevens again, made her third 3 of the basketball game. 24-20. Model leads it by 4 points and got back with a 7-point lead. Here is Betts underneath to Pointer. Now back out to Betts. Now to Pointer, shoots, and that goes in and out. Missed shot. Womack trying to track down the rebound from the baseline. Pointer's got the ball, puts it up, goes high off the rim, and rolls out of bounds.
Stays with Model.
This has been an interesting start to the third quarter.
It really has been. But you're seeing the pressure that Pointer and Sanders can put on the ball and the easy buckets that can create.
Inbound pass goes to Sanders on the right wing side. They've got her trapped in the corner.
We get a timeout?
Haven't seen the call just yet. I don't think so. I didn't see.
As good as Model has been at forcing the issue and forcing turnovers and getting second chance points, they've been so loose with the ball in this game. That's what has allowed Bleckley County to climb back in and compete.
There's Betts to the left wing side. Now to Addie Mathis underneath to a cutting Eva Poiter. Now back to Mathis. Lost the handle momentarily. Got it over to Cam Sanders. Sanders going to go to work. Now works inside, spins around, puts it up. Strong move. Couldn't get it to fall.
They're going to get her over the back, too. Well, I don't know how many that is on Sanders, if that is indeed the call.
Looks like
That's
4.
4 fouls on Cam Sanders. That is a huge storyline here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a long way to go to the finish line.
So Sanders, needless to say, is going to take a seat here with almost 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A heave underneath. Shot off the glass and through. Good sequence there for the Lady Royals. Gooch knocks one through. And now it's a 2-point ball game. Sasha Wood, right wing side, now up top to Georgia Womack. Now gets it to Pointer, right wing. Addie Mathis fires the 3, and it's in. Big time shot right there.
It's a senior stepping up and hitting one when they really needed a jolt of energy.
So Model leads at 27-22. Pass underneath, shot off the glass. Great methodical play there by Bleckley County, but they can't cash in. They had 2 good looks right there, Ian.
Yeah, that was a huge miss.
Here's Pointer from the free throw line and knocks it down. Good looking shot there from Eva Pointer.
Back-to-back big-time shots by 2 seniors on those last few possessions.
Here come the Lady Royals on the other end. They go towards the low block. Kick out 3 on the way is missed. Here's Sasha Wood. Gets it with authority. One-on-one underneath. Drives in. Now leaves it for Pointer. Puts it up and scores again.
And Eva Pointer, she's willing to do anything to help her team win. Right now they need her scoring buckets, and she is doing it in droves.
She has scored 8 points in the third quarter, Ian, and she's got 10 points in the game. We're going to keep it here through this timeout. We're glad you're with us. A surge here for the Lady Devils. And again, as we pointed out, Eva Pointer has had the bulk of it. She scored 8 points in the third quarter. You did have the 3-point made from Addie Mathis, but right now Model leads at 31-22. They've led by as many as 11, and right now they are up by 9 points.
Yeah, and it had been trimmed down to a 2-point lead at one point in this quarter, so a huge run. When you had Cam Sanders leave with that 4th foul and go to the bench, you could kind of feel the air come out of the gymnasium. But then a huge 3 from Addie Mathis and 8 straight points from Eva Pointer. Just an impressive run here from the Devils and 2 seniors stepping up to make big plays.
And, you know, when you talk about the seniors and also other players on the team, this is a group that, you know, all the way in the tournament last year got to the Final Four. They do not want the tournament for them to end this year in the first round, and they knew this was going to be a tough opponent coming to town. And it's been some ebb and flow throughout the course of the game. But, man, this gritty Model basketball team keeps punching back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been tough. It's been real tough. The turnovers have been uncharacteristic, but they're forcing a lot of them as well, and those are yielding some easy transition buckets.
And if you can survive it, having a tough matchup like this out of the gate and having kind of a tough game, it can kind of help you grow as you move through the tournament.
It really can.
Shot is up. It is going to be blocked. They get it back, though. Shot is put up, and it's a miss, and they're going to the free throw line. A lot of action taking place in this ball game.
Yeah, regardless, there's going to be a lot for Coach Eccles to pick apart and work on with these girls in practice if they can hang on and advance.
So the first shot on the way there for Jones, knocks it through, gets ready for another one. That cuts it to a 31-23 ball game. As Ian pointed out, Bleckley County's had it within 2 here in this second quarter, or in this third quarter. In the second quarter, they got it within 1 at one point after Model had an 11-point lead. She knocks it down.
Bleckley's gone to a much bigger lineup with Sanders on the bench as well.
Here is Wood, splits defenders and gets fouled. Missed the shot.
Yeah, some confusion there for the Royals on defense as Wood just saw the lane open up. The Red Sea parted. But there was a defender that got over there to at least contest the shot and ended up fouling her and putting her on the strike.
So Sasha Wood here with a couple of shots coming up. The first one is in the air and through the bucket. Knocks it down and makes it a 32-28 game, an 8-point lead here for the Lady Devils, which is not safe as we've seen from this Bleckley County team here. They keep scrapping. Shot off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to be picked up by Gooch. And the Lady Royals will bring it up the other way. Beck has got it across the midcourt stripes. Going to lob it to the right wing side. Gets it over to Lyric Stevens. Now they get it underneath. Ball is going to be tied up. We're going to have a jump ball.
Stay with the Royals. With a good effort from Womack and Pointer down on the block.
And we get ready for Karia Jones to inbound the basketball here for the Lady Royals. Lobs it in. Now they go towards the free throw line, drive it into the low block. Shot is up and it's missed.
That's Pointer. And this is going to be interesting. Wait for them to post how many fouls that is on Pointer. She sat a fair amount in the second quarter. Or did they get bets?
I think they got bets.
Okay. Pointer put her hands on her head like they were going to call it on her, so they dodged a bullet there.
First shot is made there. I can't see the number of the players at the free throw line. 25. Lindsay. Second shot on the way is a miss. Pointer gets the rebound, is going to send it over to Betts. We'll bring it up the floor here for the Lady Devils across the timeline. Betts now on to Sasha Wood. Wood dribbles off towards the right wing side around a screen set by Pointer. She cuts towards the basket. Here's Womack for three and a big time shot made.
Georgia Womack is a sleeping giant out there. She's missed some shots, but boy, if she gets hot, she can hit big time buckets, and that was one right there.
Model up to a 10-point lead with 2:28 left to go, third quarter. Here are the Bleckley County Lady Royals in the lane. Block shot, gets their own ball back, and here's a three-pointer, and it is through for number 11, Kiki Rozier.
The Royals just won't go away.
35-28, 2:10 left to go, third quarter. Model up by 7. They've been up by as many as 11. And here's Pointer from the free throw line. Too strong, too high off the glass. Beck has got it now for the Lady Royals. Dribbles in front of their bench. Now going to set up their half-court offense. Works off towards the right wing side. Three ball in the air off the side of the rim. Rebound picked up by the Royals. Ball knocked loose. And that one's going to be
Glasses
underneath.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Again.
She's got popped in the glasses 2 or 3 times in this game.
That was on by her own player that time around. And it goes to a jump ball when that happens. These are big minutes here. Pointer getting a rest. She has played her tail off here in the third quarter and needs a breather. And Lana Penn will come out. Again, Jada Wells not dressed to play.
Jones will send it in motion. They try to get it underneath to a cutting player. It's picked off. Model's got the ball. Samantha Betts to bring it up the floor here for the Lady Devils. Going to bounce it to Georgia Womack, who was cutting towards the basket. Now back out to Betts. Wide open three, and that one's left flat and goes out of bounds.
Betts having a frustrating night shooting the ball. Happens to the best of us.
Here's a quick update. Rabun County over Amerchi, 54-23. That's at the end of the third quarter. So it looks like the road's coming to a close in the first round for Amerchi, I would say. So whoever wins this is going to be going to Rabun County. Shot is off the glass and through. That is Beck with another bucket.
Yeah, and an amazing dime there as well.
Here's Betts across the midcourt stripe here for the Lady Devils. Bleckley County's cut it back to a 5-point game. Here is Wood driving across the baseline, feeds it out to Mathis, fires the three and through.
And Addie Mathis with 2 huge threes here in this third quarter.
Now Model punches back. He's back to an 8-point lead. Here's a 3-ball on the other end. That one off the mark. Penn gets the rebound. Betts has got the ball, going to bring it across the stripe, sends it right wing side. Here's Womack for 3, and it's in. Whoa.
Georgia, the microwave Womack, popping that one through. That's 2 threes for her, 2 threes for Mathis. What a quarter.
41-30, and now Model has matched their biggest lead of the game. That was on that 11-0 run that started the game. They're up by 11.
Yeah, they had it trimmed down to 5 at a 35-30 lead, and then you had a 3 from Mathis and then another from Womack to stretch it back to 11. So the sharp shooting from behind the arc coming up big in the third quarter.
Womack into Betts as they will try to work around the pressure here. Woods got it. It's going to dribble it up midcourt. Across the timeline, feeds it right. There's Mathis, and a little bit off the mark there. Penn spins around after getting the rebound, leaves it for Wood, and she gets fouled.
Wood's done an excellent job drawing contact. I don't think she's gotten a layup to fall yet, but she's gotten fouled. This is what free throws 9 and 10, I think.
I've got her with
7 and 8,
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay.
So Sasha Wood with a couple of coming up. She is 2 of 4, shooting 50% from the line. And we get ready for the first one. That one's going to rattle in. 8.4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, and Model has their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah.
Up by 12, 42-30 over Bleckley County. Shot on the way, and that one rattles in, but Ian, even a 13-point lead does not feel safe against this team that keeps grinding from Bleckley County.
A turnover, a costly one. It's going to give Model a chance to play for the last shot here with 8.4 seconds left.
Hey, a 15 or a 16-point lead would feel a little bit better going into the final frame.
Sure would.
Sometimes 13 feels like a lot, but against this team, it does not. There's Alana Penn, now at the Betts. Going to try to get it to Mathis, nearly picked off. Here is Betts, has got it, drives in, puts it up, misses the runner, and that's the end of the third quarter. Model's going to lead it going into the final frame by 13, up 43-30 over Bleckley County. We're going to step out for 1 minute. We'll come back for the final 8 minutes of the first round after these messages.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Instant Replay is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. We also thank Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Shannon Pharmacy, WC Timber, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, Advent Health Redmond, The Herb Shop on Broad, Dogwood Books, and Duffy's Deli. Please support the businesses that support us.
Lady Devils set to inbound the ball here in the first round of the GHSA Class A Division I Girls State Basketball Championship. First round of the playoffs, and they are 8 minutes away from trying to get themselves into the Sweet 16 here, Ian.
Yeah, heck of a flurry of baskets there in the latter half of that third quarter to extend this lead to 13.
And they turn it over out of the gate here to start the final quarter of the ball game on a pass that went out of bounds on the Model sidelines there on the bench.
Pointer back on the floor. Sanders will sit. Coach Eccles will hold on to her as long as she can.
7:49 left to go in the ball game. Model leads it by 13. There's a shot from the elbow here on the near side. Missed shot. Ball is going to stay, it looks like, with Bleckley County. It does.
Great help defense there from Samantha Betts. Eva Pointer just challenging every shot, fighting for every rebound.
And so Bleckley County set to inbound the basketball. They're going to feed it up top. Now dribbling with the basketball is going to be number 11, and I'm trying to search for her name, Kiki Rozier. Underneath they go to Stevens. She gets fouls going to the free throw line. You know, that's one thing we've not seen her do tonight, Ian.
Right.
She hasn't shot any free throws. I'm going to take a guess and say she's probably pretty good at it.
Been good from behind the arc, that's for sure.
She has scored 13 points in the game, including 3 threes, as you just referenced there, Ian. And so we're going to see her at this charity stripe for the first time of the ball game. Lyric Stevens with her first free throw of the game.
Off the glass. If it's straight away, that's her shot.
So one more coming up here for Stevens, as she now has 14 points in the ball game. Second shot on the way, and that one's going to be a little short of the glass, I think.
It was.
Womack across the midcourt stripe is trapped. Going to leave it off for Betts. Goes into the backcourt there. Model coaches feel like it was tipped.
It may have been. If it wasn't, that time it would have been a backcourt. Not like the phantom call early. And here's the replay. It did get tipped. It did. So good correction there.
Womack to send it in the backcourt, gets it over to Betts. Defense tracks her down. Now she's going to work around it, trying to get it to Addie Mathis. Pass got away from her and went out of bounds. And there have been a lot of turnovers for the Lady Devils in the ball game.
Yeah,
today.
that will be a talking point after this game.
All right, now Model leads at 43-31. Biggest lead of the game's been 13 points. Bleckley County with the ball. They work it to the right wing side here with 7:12 left to go in the ball game. And in somebody's season when this thing concludes, we'll find out who in just a little bit.
Bleckley County returns the turnover favor. But I think it's safe to say if they turn the ball over like this against Rabun County, that will be the end of the season.
It'll be a big problem, no doubt about it. Model going to inbound the ball. Samantha Betts across the timeline, feeds it off to Pointer. Now drives in, leaves it for Womack, and kisses it off the glass. Nice touch there on the shot from Womack.
And great ball movement. Great ball movement there. Good assist from Pointer. Nice finish from Womack.
Model back to a 14-point lead, biggest lead. Right now, Bleckley County with it on the right wing side. Got to drive up towards the top of the key between the circles. Dribbling with the basketball right now for Bleckley County is Rozier. A little teardrop pass underneath, but it's going to be deflected out of bounds by Model.
Pointer just got a fingertip on it there before it went out of bounds.
Shanti Flagg surveys the floor, ready to trigger it in motion. Nearly picked off there by Pointer. Shot off the glass is through after a good recovery there by number 21, Gooch.
Only a 12-point game.
Here's Addie Mathis on the left wing side in front of the Model bench. Now back up top. Womack's got it. Lob underneath. Gets it to Wood and gets bumped as she was going up. So we're going to see free throws.
Back to the free throw line for Sasha Wood.
And so Wood with 2 shots coming up here in the fourth quarter of the ball game as the Model Lady Devils look to finish this game strong here in the first round and advance. Shot on the way, and that was going to rattle off the rim. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Rabun County Almerchi game, which is taking place over in Rabun County. It's about a 3-hour drive, and at the end of the third, Rabun County was in firm control at 54-23 over Almerchi. That was the last update we got as that one rattles in for Sasha Wood. Evian Beck to bring it up the floor. Nope, gives it off to Stevens. Now sends it to the right wing side. They're going to drive baseline with it. Jones nearly has her pocket picked by Samantha Betts.
And good hands by Betts over in the corner.
The boys are going to be here tomorrow evening playing Brantley County, the Herons. So looking forward to that one. Should be a lot of fun here from Woodard Gymnasium. Playoff action. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of basketball for you over the next couple of weeks. Shot is left short on the 3 attempt. Ball knocked out of bounds by Model, so it stays on this end of the floor.
Yeah, that one just skimmed the rim and went off Pointer's knee. Stay with the Royals.
Royals will survey the floor. They're going to send it up top. They get it to Stevens. Now trying to get it back to the right wing side. It's deflected by Betts out of bounds. Good hands getting in there.
I don't think Betts agreed with the call.
Ball is poked free by Pointer. Here she goes, coast to coast, one-on-one, shakes up the defender and scores.
Have yourself a night, Eva Pointer.
Man.
Stuffing the stat sheet with steals, rebounds, blocks, and buckets.
She is not ready for her career to end as a Model Lady Devil basketball player playing in her senior year. All right, timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 5:39 left to go in the ball game. Model is up by 15, up 48-33. We're back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're gonna take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
48-33 is the score. Model has the 15-point lead here over Bleckley County, a team that's just been really scrappy. There's been a lot of ebb and flow in this game. And so I don't think that the Model Lady Devils would consider themselves to be out of the woods just yet in this one.
Oh, absolutely not. No, both teams have scored in bunches. But right now, this lineup that's on the floor, they've found some real rhythm and some hot shooting, especially there late in the third quarter from the guards, Womack and Mathis.
Inbound pass goes to Gooch. Now up top with it is Jones. Ball is stolen away. Samantha Betts comes out with it. Is going to drive coast to coast, puts it up and scores. Man.
Yeah, and they have really gotten out in transition, got some easy buckets here in the fourth.
Model with their biggest lead is now 17. 5:15 left to go. Long shot is missed and goes out of bounds. It's coming back to the Lady Devils.
It feels like Model has seized control of this one.
Yeah, the energy in this one has shifted over the last minute or so. All gas, no brakes from the Model Lady Devils in the first few minutes here of the fourth quarter of the ball game. Here's Alana Penn with it on the left wing side. Now surveys the floor, is going to find Sasha Wood between the circles. She's trapped, trying to get it over to Womack. The ball is going to be knocked out of bounds, and the opponent at the end of the night for whoever wins this game is definitely going to be Rabun County. They picked up the victory 63-42. That is your final score. Rabun County over Almerchi. So we know who the opponent is going to be. 4:50 left to go in this one. Model leads at 50-33, trying to pull away here late in the ball game. They're going to send it to Pointer, who drives in and hang on the rim for a second. Would not fall in. Now back up top to Womack, fires the three, and that one rims out. Rim not kind on the last two shots. Here's Penn with a third try. That one too strong. Pointer misses the shot. 4 looks for Model, no points, but they get another rebound and perhaps a fifth shot. Here's Pointer taking the pass from Betts. Too strong, it won't fall, but this time she gets fouled. What a sequence there for the Lady Devils.
I think the ball was halfway down on 3 of those shots at least. But a great feed there from Samantha Betts. And that was almost an and one for Eva Pointer, a senior having a heck of a night. And what could be the last game they play here at Woodard Gymnasium.
High arcing free throw is made. Nothing but net for Pointer. She gets ready for another one. That's the first free throw attempt she's had in the ball game.
She gets a lot of arc on her shot.
Second shot on the way. That's going to be missed. Pointer has got the Penn has got the rebound, and we got a whistle and a foul that's going to go against
Beck.
Bleckley County and Beck specifically. Okay, so Georgia Womack set to inbound the ball, gets it into Pointer on the left wing side. It's obvious that the Lady Devils are trying to get it into Pointer's hands as much as they can. Of course, she's been getting into her own hands, forcing turnovers throughout the game. Of course, this time it's a turnover for Bleckley County, and she gets fouled going in.
That was close to clean, but they're going to get Wood with the body. Good hustle from Wood to get down there and contest that shot either way.
Caleria Jones, sorry, having a hard time with that one today, is going to go to the free throw line here for the third time of the ball game. She is 3 of 4 so far here in the game, so a good free throw shooter is at the line. First shot on the way, and that one's going to rattle off the back of the rim. Sub coming into the game here for the Lady Royals. Checking in is going to be Patrice Owens. So Owens into the ball game now for Avion Beck. And at the free throw line is Jones. One more coming up for that young lady. Almost halfway through the fourth quarter of the ball game. Shot is up high off the rim, and that one goes through. Model brings it back the other way. Sasha Wood across the midcourt stripe for the Lady Devils. Leaves it off for Betts. Now into Womack. Womack with it. Sends it down to Penn. She drives baseline. Nobody picks her up. She shoots off the backboard and scores.
Nice take there by Alana Penn, who's had to play some big minutes due to the foul trouble for Cam Sanders, and she stepped up and played her role in this victory. I think it's safe to say the Model's going to win this one at this point.
I think so. 3:34 left to go, but there is no quit in this Bleckley County team as we've seen throughout the night tonight. Although there's a little bit different of an energy about the gymnasium right now that we haven't seen tonight. Shot is off the back of the rim. Penn picked up the rebound, got it to Pointer, almost a foul there. Here is Betts across the timeline, getting it to Womack as the intensity is still there for Bleckley County on defense.
It is.
Sure.
Model's trying to be a little more deliberate, take the air out of the ball here.
Now to Wood, now on to Pointer. Now she starts to go to work inside, puts up the shot, and that one's off the side of the rim.
Awkward looking shot there.
Stevens has got the ball now for Bleckley County. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. Model leads at 53-34. Now back up top, there's Stevens. Now they get it to the free throw line. Going to go to work inside, nearly stripped away, and is by Woods. Pointer coming out with the ball, and Bleckley County stole it right back. And we got a foul and free throw shots coming up. Lindsay going to the line. And Lindsay's had a cold night from the charity stripe. She's 0 for 4.
You're not kidding, though. The intensity and effort is still there for the Royals.
And that one rattles in there for Lindsay.
But at one point, it was 35-30. And now Model leads this thing 53-35. So they absolutely exploded and separated about midway through that third quarter up until the current moment.
Lindsay knocks down 2 free throws in a row after missing 4 in a row. Now Woods got it, drives towards the low block, lost the handle, but that was because she was tripped. And a whistle and a foul against Bleckley County.
Wood has been a foul magnet tonight.
So Womack surveys the floor, trying to find the open player, and still searching. Took too long to get it in.
Okay.
That was quick.
It's a quick 5.
Yeah, it was.
Glad that wasn't just my imagination.
No, it felt that way to me also.
Yeah.
Lyric Stevens going to leave it off for Kalia Jones, who's going to bring it across the midcourt stripe. Going to send it left wing side. Gets it over to Lindsay. A heave up top. Now to the right wing side to Stevens, trying to get her open. One of their best shooters. Leaves that short off the side of the rim. Pointer's got the ball. Gives it off to Betts, and they'll clear the lane. Wood across the midcourt stripe. Betts, right wing side over to Pointer. Pointer surveys the floor, now works down low, kicks it out, gets it over to Betts. Betts going to work inside, leaves it for Penn. Penn recovers, trying to get it over to Pointer in the lane, but it is stripped away. And the Lady Royals will try to bring it back the other way. Oh, Womack almost stole it right back, Ian.
Womack is all in the kitchen.
And they took too long, 10-second violation.
What a hustle play by Georgia Womack. Just great defense.
So 1:43 left to go, and the fans really into it on that play there.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're a basketball fan, you have to appreciate that kind of hustle. That was excellent.
Georgia Womack sends it into Betts, works it across the midcourt stripe, goes off the left wing. We're almost to the 92nd mark of the ball game. Pointer, crisp pass underneath.
Oh my goodness!
Deflects off the player she was passing it to, goes off the backboard and through the hoop, off the hands of Alana Penn.
I need a replay on that. How do you score that one, Matt?
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. I can't wait to get the look we're about to get on that one. Ball stolen away. Here's the pass.
It was off the defender.
That was off the defender. I thought it was off Penn. I don't know.
How did they score it?
That was interesting. I can't say that I've ever seen that happen in a game. Have you?
It left her hand at the timeline, and the defender and Penn seemed to tip that, and then it ricocheted off the glass. Strange.
I gave it to Penn. Shot off the glass is too strong. Why the heck not? Pointer's got it, fires it crisply, gets it to Wood, who goes across the midcourt stripe as Model drives in. Wood with the ball around the screen from Pointer, up top to Betts, now on to the left wing side to Georgia Womack. 20 seconds on the shot clock to a cutting Wood. Ball is going to be knocked to the floor. Penn dives in after it. What a great effort there to force the jump ball. Oh my goodness, it's been a wild one.
It has.
So we're officially under a minute to go, and now the Model fans can really taste victory here now.
Absolutely.
As they will be on their feet, giving Eva Pointer.
Yeah. And should take a minute to recognize the seniors. I'm sure there could be a scenario if they keep winning and advancing where they could end up back here, but most likely this will probably be the last home game for this group of seniors. So what an effort.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a path to get back home for the Lady Devils. I think they'll be on the road for the rest of the way. Here's a long shot on the way, and that one's high off the rim. I guess crazy things can happen, but in all likelihood.
Right. Very, very unlikely, or maybe even impossible. I haven't looked at in-depth in the bracket to see if that could happen.
Chloe Staten-Lackey will inbound the ball. Betts will bring it up the floor. We got 35 seconds left to go. Model up 55-36. The lead is secure, no doubt about it. They turn it over. Here comes Bleckley County on the other end. Emily Gentry is going to be charged with a pretty hard foul there.
Yeah,
just
their
an
feet got
foul.
Yeah, it was. She felt bad about it. Went to help her opponent up. Luckily, nobody was injured. But definitely a hard tumble.
And we're going to see Lindsay back at the charity stripe. Made her last two here in the fourth quarter. Shot is on the way, and that one's going to be through. I mean, she is dialed in from the charity stripe after starting cold in the second and third quarters.
Unless you've just cursed her on this final attempt.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
Second shot on the way, and that one is in.
Pure.
Knocks it down.
Pure as winter snow.
Well, that's a different player, so that was Jones. I'm sorry, their hair is on their jersey, so if they're turned
that is tough.
I can't see the number. Shot is off the glass for Gentry. Missed shot. Here's a putback for Penn. Won't go. Ball ricochets off a couple of players. We got 11 seconds to go. Here's Gentry at the top of the key. Sends it right wing side. Now back to Gentry. Covered up. Drives in. Puts up the shot. And that one's no good. Rebound picked up by Bleckley County. And they will dribble out the last second of the game. And Model wins it. Final score. Pulling away in the fourth quarter. 55-38. Model wins it. They survive and advance to the second round. They will play on the road coming up, I believe, on Friday at Raven County. So,
yeah, big challenge ahead, but the name of the game is survive and advance. And tonight, the Lady Blue Devils advanced.
That's exactly right. How sweet it is the Model Lady Devils have advanced to the Sweet 16. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, recap, and have a brief post game. But again, Model wins it tonight in the first round, 55-38 over a really gritty Bleckley County team. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
Well, certainly an interesting matchup there for the first round of the playoffs. And when you look at the scorebook at the end of the game, Model pulled away and eventually won the game by 17. But they really had to battle to pick up that victory tonight. The final score in this one, as often is the case in basketball, I don't think tells the entire story of how close this game was at portions of the game.
No, absolutely not. Model started hot and got into a little bit of foul trouble. Second quarter definitely went the way of the Royals as they pulled within 6, but there was a key section there in the second quarter that Model survived with Pointer and Cam Sanders on the bench, and were actually able to extend their lead. It was as close as 1 at one point, and then the first stage of the third quarter was back and forth. It was some furious action, but you had 4 huge threes hit by Addie Mathis and Georgia Womack that gave the Lady Devils a little bit of separation, and they really stepped on the gas from there, also led by senior Eva Pointer, who had an amazing night. I know we only can keep up with so much up here, but I would not be surprised if she was in the double-double, triple-double range, just steals, rebounds, blocks, and points. She was doing it all for her team tonight.
And the biggest quarter, to your point, Ian, scoring-wise for the Model Lady Devils, they exploded for 23 points in the third quarter of the ball game. 8 of those were from Eva Pointer, and you mentioned the 4 threes between Addie Mathis and Georgia Womack that they had in that quarter. And by the way, Model Lady Devils over the course of the game would score 7 threes in the ball game. So they were able to pick up some points from some different sources. Definitely had some issues with turnovers at certain times of the game, but they were able to buckle down when it mattered most and pick up the win. Won it by 17, 55-38, even though it wasn't as comfortable at times as the score would suggest.
Yeah, and if they can protect the ball in the second round, the confidence that this gives you when a player of Sanders' caliber has to be off the floor with the foul trouble the game was in question when she left.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't just win, they separated. So that's got to be a big boost of confidence. Plenty of stuff for Coach Eccles to work on as far as ball security going forward, but this has to be a confidence-building victory for them in round 1. And you mentioned it earlier. Sometimes that test in round 1 is just the right fuel for the rest of the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they've been a formidable opponent. Made some mistakes in the ball game. Get those things out of your system. Tighten things up as you go into the next round. It's going to be interesting to see what that looks like in the second round. And obviously, some of those things will certainly have to be cleaned up. Going to Rabun County, tough place to play against a really good basketball team that really seemed to have no trouble against a good Almerchi team tonight. So that's going to be a tough test. And obviously, once you get into the Sweet 16, everybody's a good team. So you're going to have a tough opponent no matter what. But you know what? Rabun County's going to have a tough opponent too. And there's no game that this model team that they go into that they don't feel confident they've got a shot to win it.
Right, and they can do it in a multitude of ways. So a great victory for the Lady Devils here in front of the home crowd tonight in the first round of the state tourney.
Absolutely. Here's how the scoring would break down individually. We'll start with Bleckley County, the Royals. They would pick up 3 points from Evian Beck, 9 points from Clearia Jones, 2 points apiece for Kamaya Gooch and also Zaire Lindsay, 3 points for Kiki Rogier, and their leading scorer with 14 was Lyric Stevens, who knocked down 3 threes in the ball game, had a couple other field goals and a free throw. Really good basketball player, some talent on this basketball team from Bleckley County.
No doubt.
And for the Model Lady Devils, who ended up victorious tonight after a hard-fought game for 4 quarters, they would have, 8 players that scored tonight. Cam Sanders would pick up 9 points off of 3 threes, all made in the first half of the game, got into foul trouble. As Ian pointed out, missed a lot of the second half. 8 points for Addie Mathis, 2 points for Emily Gentry. Womack had 8 points as well. 5 points for Sasha Wood, 4 points for Samantha Betts, 2 for Alana Penn, and the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Devils and of the ball game was Eva Pointer. Ian, she had 15 points, and 11 of those points came there in the second half of the ball game. And 8 of them in the third quarter alone. Just a great game for that young lady and for the Model Lady Devils, who were able to pull away for the victory. 55-38. We know that the opponent in the next round is going to be a road opponent, and that's Rabun County, and I presume that game is going to be a Friday evening game, but we'll certainly keep you posted on all the social media challenges. It is a challenge for me. A lot is a challenge for me on this particular day, I will say that. I feel like I'm living in outer space today for some reason. But Model wins it 55-38. And that is going to put a wrap on the broadcast for tonight, but not for the next couple of days, because coming up tomorrow, we're going to be right back here in Woodard Gymnasium. We hope that you'll be with us coming up tomorrow, as well as the Model Boys play host to Brantley County. The Herons come to town at 6 o'clock for the first round in the boys' side of the bracket. So we'll have live coverage with Northwest Georgia Media as well as WLAQ. So that's about all I have to say about that.
I'll
Looking
see
forward
you
to it.
right back here. Same bat channel, same bat time.
100%. Let's recognize the sponsors one more time. On the video side, it's Instant Replay, brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. Also, Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales with us tonight. Sawgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, Advent Health Redmond, Shannon Pharmacy, Dogwood Books, The Herb Shop on Broad, and Duffy's Deli. On the radio end, it's Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, Allen Murphy Appliance, Dogwood Books, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, ROC, Rome Orthopedic Center, and Ware Mechanical. The crew tonight, midcourt cameras, Bennett Abernathy and Clay Hardiker, Pan, Tilt, and Zoom. PTZ is short for that. Scoreboard as well is Caleb Bice tonight. Replay was Nathan Patterson. Director was Mike Garrett. And Lynn Butler back at the studio for Ian Griffin. I'm Matt Davis. Audio tonight courtesy of WLAQ. We'll see you tomorrow evening, Ian. Looking forward to it, man.
Me too, man. See you here.
It puts a wrap on it tonight. Congratulations to Coach Sally Eccles and the Model Lady Devils. They punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. They'll play, I believe, on Friday against Raven County, and we will certainly be there with coverage for you as well. Well, that puts a wrap on it, folks. We'll send it back to the studio. We got some Infinity Sports Network coming up for you, and hope you have a great evening. So long, everybody. Good night.